Over the next couple of years, the best part of 4 million EU citizens will have to register for EU settled status in the UK. And this represents the biggest immigration documentation scheme that the government of this country has ever undertaken. It's basically a pretty simple system. Most EU citizens will be able to register without too much trouble. But for the few who fall through the gaps, this is going to represent a real problem. And if even as many as 5% aren't reached by the scheme, because of the numbers of EU citizens in the UK, this is going to represent hundreds of thousands of people who are left without status. Those people are likely to be the elderly, kids who've grown up in care, people who've been victims of domestic violence, people who are homeless. Those are the kinds of people who won't be able to document their status. And what we're looking at here is a scandal that will make what happened to the Windrush generation look tiny. We are talking about big numbers of people who will be subjected to the cruelty of the hostile environment. They won't be allowed to rent a home, they won't be allowed to work, they could be at risk of being thrown into detention or being deported. The Home Office is not even capable at the moment of dealing with its own caseload, and we're talking about adding a huge administrative burden. There's no evidence that it's prepared to do this without making mistakes that will leave thousands of people at risk. All of this can easily be avoided. What the Home Office needs to do is fulfil the promise that was made by the Leave campaign and by this government, and to grant every EU citizen in this country on 29th of March the automatic leave to remain. Then people can register and get the paperwork they need to prove their status without fear that after an arbitrary cliff-edge cut-off deadline, they will suddenly find themselves at risk of deportation and the hostile environment. That means that nobody will get left behind.